this video, I'm going to share with you how I created a whimsical painting of some poppies with a very textured background. And then finally, I took some dots and embellished the flowers and the grasses around them. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Maureen, and I love to share with people what inspires me as an artist and a few tips and tricks along the way. So I'm going to take you on over to... For this painting, I've chosen a wooden cradle panel, which measures 12 inches by 12 inches and is 1 inch deep. The first thing I'm going to do now is to put the gesso on the surface of the panel. Now, gesso is an art primer, and it gets the surfaces ready to receive the paint. And not only do I put the gesso on the top of the panel, but on the sides as well, because I usually paint the sides and extend the composition of the painting over the sides. And I like to do 2 coats of gesso to make sure I have a nice solid white for the paint to lay on. So I'll let this first coat dry, and then it'll be on to the second one, and then we'll begin the painting. To begin the painting, I've chosen aqua and a light blue, and I'm adding white to it. And the secret to this, I think, is adding lots of water to the paint, so it's very fluid, because when I put the plastic wrap on it, I want to create the texture. So it does it better if there's a lot of water in it. Now, I'm going to take the plastic, and it's going to go right over the top of the panel. I can push it down with my hands, and I also choose to use a roller to help roll over the plastic and really help get an impression of those wrinkles down into the paint. Now, some people like to let that dry before they remove the plastic, but I prefer just to do it this way. The paint seems to hold the image of the wrinkles well enough. So now on to the green part, the greenery that will surround the poppies. I'm going to do the same thing again, but with the green down in the grasses, lots of water with my paint, and then I'm going to take the plastic wrap, get that texture to come in there, and I'm going to wipe a little bit off on the right side just so that my composition is more pleasing. The next step is I have my drawing. These are going to be 3 poppies, and it's just a simple contour line drawing. And I'm going to take, this is graphite or a heavy pencil, and I go all over the back of the drawing. And that's going to help me transfer it onto the panel board. And I go over the drawing again with pencil pretty hard, and it's going to show up, and I don't know that you'll see it in the video, but it's enough that I could see it, and then I'll go back over the lines on the panel. And I always call this my magic trick. So the flowers are there, and now I just go back over them and darken them up so that I can see them. And once I have this done, then I'm going to take my gesso and begin to paint each of the flowers white. Okay, because I want my color of the poppies, which is going to be an orangey red, to really be brilliant, and that will, I'll achieve that better if I have a white background than if I paint directly on top of the green or the blue. And it takes about 2 coats to get a nice firm white or a solid white that you can apply the paint to. Now it's time to begin painting the poppies, and I always start out with the lightest of the colors, which in this case is going to be the yellow, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to that yellow, and just so I can get, you know, really nice light and create that appearance of a poppy, because they have very thin petals. So here we go. I'm gonna go. Anyway, I'm gonna start putting the first layer of the yellow on. And my process of painting is I go from light to dark I'll do that on each petal here, and just keep building up the color. All right, and I blend with the brush. Sometimes I blend with my fingers. That really works. Or I've also found that a Q-tip is pretty helpful. So I'm just going to go poppy by poppy here and just begin to build up those color layers until I get to a darker red. All right, and you'll notice that the darker colors are down towards the stem, and up at the top of the petal are the lighter colors. Now here's a close-up view of the texture that was created by the plastic wrap. You can see how you can still see it through the stems and the leaves and grasses down there, as well as up in the sky. So I was happy that I never lost that texture. Now that the poppies are basically finished in all the greenery, I'm going to begin putting the dots in. Now, obviously the dots on a poppy they really do exist in the center of that flower. But I'm also going to put dots on the petals and on the greenery and the stems of the poppies, just to give them a little more, I don't know, I thought it would enhance them a little bit. And not to mention that I kind of like dots, you know. But in the world of art, when artists create paintings using dots, that is called pointillism. And you can create shading effects with the dots. You can create depth with dots. You can add, it's like an embellishment, you know, a decorative thing as well. So I'll put these inside the poppies, on the outside of the poppies, and all through the stems as well. I hope you enjoyed the painting of the whimsical poppies and how they got embellished with all those dots. So if you got good content out of this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to keep up to date with all of my videos, please hit the subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.